Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. Trust me, Fat Joe was not getting naked on Onlyfans. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. Let's go. All right, I got a big show pack for y'all, so let me just jump right into things. Iggy Azalea is the top earner on Onlyfans with $78 million earned. This is crazy. When I saw this headline, like, she's a top earner, I was assuming like 10, 20 mil, close to $50 million on OnlyFans. Like, that is crazy. No wonder why she ain't making music no more, man. Anyways, let me look here and tell y'all who she beat out. Iggy Azalea has pulled in an eye-watering sum via OnlyFans, beating out superstars like Cardi B and Tyga to become the top earner amongst celebrities on the platform. She raked in $48 million, Cardi B $45 million, and Tyga at $20 million off OnlyFans, man. Other top earners on the platform are Amber Rose, $26 million, man. You see these people on Instagram and you're like, oh, whatever, man. You know, what is Amber Rose doing after she left Kanye? You're thinking like she ain't got nothing going on. She's just taking pictures on Instagram. Come to find out, she's making $26 million just off of OnlyFans. I find that is just crazy, man. Like, what am I doing wrong? Chris Brown, $15 million. DJ Khaled and Fat Joe, $4 million. Fat Joe, $4 million. How is Fat Joe making $4 million off of OnlyFans? But this just goes to show that a lot of people think that OnlyFans is only nudity and you get nude and it's only pornographic stuff. Like, trust me, Fat Joe was not getting naked on OnlyFans. But you know, for those of you who assume that, OnlyFans is really just like a subscription-based model that gets you exclusive content to your favorite celebrity or your favorite follower or your favorite influencer or your favorite chef or your favorite, golf instructor or football. Like, it's a wide range. And I'm not too sure. I think Iggy shows some nudity, but I know for sure she's not doing like porn. For sure, Cardi B is not doing nudity. So that's why when you hear and when you see a lot of your favorite celebrities not releasing music or not doing movies or whatever, the new lick is to, just do exclusive content on a subscription-based models to your core fan base. And your core fan base pays $10 a month to get exclusive songs from Iggy or exclusive, pictures or more risque pictures that she can't put out on Instagram. So anyways, I'm not knocking the hustle. I love it. Shout out to anybody who's on OnlyFans doing their thing and raking in that kind of money, man. I salute it, man. Squid Game challenge is on Netflix, has debuted on Netflix. I was a big fan of Squid Game when it first came out. I binge watched it. I think I watched it in like a day or 2 days. I'm sure a lot of you out there have watched it. It was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the biggest shows on Netflix. So now they have come out with Squid Game challenge. It is Squid Game, but in a reality show, and it's a competition show. I was super excited to watch it, and I was wondering, I'm like, how come I haven't heard anybody talking about it? Because when the series came out, everybody was talking about it, but I haven't heard anybody really talking about the challenge. And when I started watching it, I realized why no one's talking about it is that it's pretty friggin' boring. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not a big reality show guy, first of all. And second of all, it's just like the first 2 episodes are doing the exact 2 games that they played already in the series. And it's just like the thing that was about the actual series is that people were getting like actually murdered. They tricked people into the game, into this contest to win millions of dollars. And it was like bums, people that are hard on their luck, people are in debt, and they didn't even realize it, but they ended up being murdered if they lost. So in a reality show, obviously you're not murdering people, but they have this like fake shot and the people have to like pretend die. And like, this just like dramatic. I'll show you a little clip. So that right there is just a little bit like, wah, wah, wah. You know what I mean? Like, I wish they would have found some way to not do the fake blood shooting and the fake dying. And it doesn't take long of the show. It's literally 2 seconds when somebody gets when somebody loses. But I don't know, that aspect of it, the fact that they didn't think of any new games to play, I just thought it was kind of boring and redundant and didn't live anywhere close to what the series was like. But also, to be honest, I got to the third episode because I just couldn't sleep, and I'm like, oh, let me put this back on. And then it was a new game. They were playing Battleship, and Battleship was actually pretty interesting. So I'm on the third episode, and it was actually the most interesting episode because it was fresh. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't played or heard of, not Battlefield, Battleship, Sinker Battleship, or whatever the name is. Anyway, so that was kind of exciting, but just overall and all, I feel like it's kind of like a little lackluster, and it's very hard to replicate actually tricking people into a game where they end up actually getting murdered. So I don't know. I'll keep on watching it because whatever, I don't have any shows to watch right now, but just wanted to let you guys know that it's out there for those of you who kind of just want some shows to watch when you need to fall asleep and you need to shut your brain off. T.I. and Tiny Son King have a fight on Instagram Live. So T.I., King of the South, his son, who he's actually named King, it's his real name. They were at an Atlanta Falcons football game. T.I. actually brought out the Falcons to bring them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. He brought the Falcons out. So I guess they kind of gave him a booth, and the whole family was there. And his son was on Instagram Live and started saying like, yo, I'm going to play a clip of it in a second, but started saying like, yo, I'm hood. Yo, I'm not a rich kid. And yo, I'd rather be out like behind these gates of these fancy places. Like you can find me in the bando. Yo, I'm a hood and all this, whatever. And then T.I. is like, yo, shut up, man. You're a little rich kid born with a gold spoon in your mouth. And then they started getting into a fight. And it starts getting physical, and the phone is still recording. Here, let me just show you a little quick. Let me show you a little clip quickly.
King, have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
Period. No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. So there it goes.
In your ear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I had in the neighborhood with me that broke up with roach in your ear. Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Y'all want to go to the bando? Silver spoon. I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life. Come to my grandma's house, because I'm getting in the fight.
You cried like a baby to go to your grandma's house.
Every day. I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. You ain't had me behind the mansion. I was outside doing what I wanted to do.
You was behind that till you cried.
No, I got too much to drink. I done drunk too much. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? You play with me like that. No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, what is you talking about? Get off me, man, get off me,
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Ain't shit you can do with me.
Yeah, so there you see it, man. Like father-son getting into a fight over ridiculousness. And even like T.I. said, like, yo, bro, you're embarrassing yourself and your family. I'm here as a guest. I'm in a booth. I'm bringing out the Atlanta Falcons, and you're here like talking about you want to be hood. And it got me wondering. It's like, I wonder how T.I. and Tiny feel that they both like worked their butts off their entire careers. They're both multimillionaires. T.I., one of the most successful rappers of all times. Like, and to do all of this to give your family and give your children a better life than you had. And here is your, I don't know, 17, 18-year-old son that's like, in his privileged moment in a booth in the Atlanta Falcons stadium. And if it wasn't for your father, you wouldn't even be anywhere near there. And you're in there on your Instagram Live talking about how you trap N-word and you find you in a bando and you hood and how could you embarrass me? And I wonder how that makes T.I. feel, man. I'm sure I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with a father and son having a disagreement, but that's what you're going to have a disagreement over. Like, I feel bad for T.I., man. Like, that is crazy. But at the same time, he's a young kid. He's whatever, I'm sure he's trying to be a rapper and just trying to live up to, the T.I. and Tiny, kind of lifestyle but at the same time, like, you have Drake, who's not trying to be gangster. You have Cole, you have Kendrick, like, you have Lil Yachty. You have a lot of these rappers out here that are not trying to be hood, and they're not trying to be gangster, and they're still, you know, climbing the charts. It's not the 90s where like everybody was hood before like Kanye came out and started, you know, like being not the first rapper not to be hood, but like popularized it for this generation, you know. But anyways, whatever, man. I feel bad for Tiny and T.I., and I hope King grows up one day. Queen Beyonce is back in the news. Over the weekend, she debuted her movie Renaissance. Of course, all the celebs, all the stars came out. Let me tell you who was there. Issa Rae showed up. I don't know who this is. Winnie Harlow. Winnie's Canadian, by the way. Shout out to Winnie. Of course, Kelly Rowland was there. Lizzo was there. Tyler Perry was there. Chloe Bailey was there. Her mom was there. Her nephew was there. We haven't seen Jules in a long time, man, but Jules was there. Tina Knowles was there. Haley Bailey was there. DDG was there. Kris Jenner, Corey Gamble was there. Her father was there. Matthew Knowles. I haven't seen him make an appearance in a long time. Matthew was there with his wife. Niecy Nash was there. Lori Harvey was there. Gabrielle Union was there. Janelle Monáe was there. LaToya Luckett, old Destiny's Child member. And Vanessa and Natalia Bryant, Kobe Bryant's daughter and wife, showed up. So it was a star-studded event. I'm sure there was more celebs there. But one of the things that people were talking about online was Beyonce's picture. I'm going to put it up. For those of you who are listening on a podcast platform like Apple, Spotify, or iHeart, just know that all these things that I'm putting up, you could go check on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Trent Out Loud, and you could actually see the pictures that I'm putting up. And I also put them up on my clips on Instagram. But if you're listening to the podcast, you can also watch it on YouTube and actually see these pictures that I'm putting up while I'm talking. At least on the videos, you can hear them. But if you want some visuals, go to my YouTube channel. Anyway, so yeah, look at this picture of Beyonce. And she does look pretty pale, man. Like, I don't know if they touched this picture up. I don't know what was really going on. But she does look very, very light skin. Like, she looks like almost like a white girl, but it could be that they touched it up or whoever touched it up wrong or whatever, the makeup or whatever. But also what I noticed, if you look at all the pictures, one thing, like, I just feel like, like wherever these people took their pictures, like the rollout for this movie looked like they didn't really have a big budget. Like the curtains behind, like, whereas like, I would think this Beyonce Renaissance, I thought they would have like a big, huge, like debut, like for all these stars to come out. And I just see that like silver kind of like drape in the background, and just like, I don't know, for all the pictures I saw, I didn't see anything that was like over glammed. I don't know exactly where this was held, but you know, all those celebrities, I just thought it was a little bit weird, but whatever. Shout out to Beyonce. But let me know if y'all are going to check out Renaissance in the movie theaters when it comes out December the 1st. Tyrese is back in the news. I'm going to do something I don't normally do. Tyrese is back in the news, and he's fighting and arguing with his wife. And I'm actually not even going to report on this story. Look at the comment that I actually put up underneath someone's post. I think it was on the Shade Room or whatever. For those of you who can't see this, I'm going to read you my comment that I put up. I wrote... This is actually kind of funny. Where is it now? I wrote, I have a podcast where I talk about pop culture and entertainment news. I don't even want to hear about this. Imagine how the rest of y'all feel. Like, I just feel like Tyrese, every time Tyrese does an interview, he goes on his live and he goes on his Instagram and then issues on the person who interviewed him. And then he issues on his wife. And it's just like, are you trying to like... I just don't know, man. I'm just tired of hearing the same old story from Tyrese. And so for those of you who don't know, he went on Joe Budden's podcast and he talked about his marriage. He talked about his money. He talked about his daughter. It's the same thing, the exact same script that he did on The Breakfast Club in every interview. And then he's like, yo, why did DJ Envy have to come at me like this? Why did Charlamagne have to say this? Now it's Button. It's like, there's nothing to report. It's the same story. He's divorcing from his ex-wife. His ex-wife has his daughter. She wants $20,000. He's saying that she just wants to get famous and try to get money. Like, yo, like, how many more times could we talk about the same story, Tyrese? Like, get it done with already. And podcasters out there, stop interviewing Tyrese until he has something new to talk about. And that's all I have to say about Tyrese. Chris Brown has announced that he would like everybody to know that he is not anti-Semitic. No idea why he made this post, and nobody knows why he made this post. But he put out on his Instagram stories, he wrote, "In no way, shape, or form am I anti-Semitic. I'm pro-life and I make music for the entire world. So please do not get tricked into thinking I spread hate or I'm cool with it." I searched and I couldn't find out why he wrote this at all. This is for the millions of young kids that look up to me and may be confused. Like, I don't know if somebody reported something or somebody said something. If somebody knows like why he is saying this, like, please let me know, because I don't know who pissed Chris Brown off. Like, I'm looking here, just double checking. Like, I don't know who pissed Chris Brown off, but he just wants y'all to know that he is not anti-Semitic. So I'm just passing on the message. Chris Brown is not anti-Semitic. He's pro-life. We don't know why. Derek Chauvin is back in the headlines. For those of you who don't remember Derek Chauvin, he is the ex-cop that murdered George Floyd and got life in prison. He got stabbed, I think Thursday or Friday, in jail. He did not die, but he was stabbed, which is like, I'm surprised it really took this long, to be honest. Like, this guy's like probably one of the most famous prisoners in America right now. I just want to read to you what some people said in the comment section. People are cold, yo. Like, it was pretty funny, man. People wrote, and I'll post this up so y'all can see it. Somebody wrote, "Hey y'all, how's your Thanksgiving?" "Hey, which inmate did this? I'll put some money on their books. Damn, this is sad. Hope the knife is okay. He'll be all right. Let me know when somebody kneels on his neck for 10 minutes. I like that one. Every year I'll remember what happened on Black Friday. Drink some ginger ale and he'll be all right. I don't know what that means. Imagine going from a cop to being stabbed in prison." This one's kind of funny. "Alexa, play It's Not Right, But It's Okay. I'm gonna make it anyway." That's funny. Anyways, how was your Thanksgiving? Anybody have leftovers? I just thought those comments were funny. Of course, no one's gonna feel sorry for Derek Chauvin. But just to let you know, he is still alive. If any of you have heard out there, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think it's right for people to make those kind of comments, or for even me to be laughing at those kind of comments with somebody who is a murderer, but that has gotten stabbed? I mean, he's still a human. How do you guys feel about that? Is it okay to kind of make those comments? Is it okay to laugh at it? Or should we just, keep our mouth shut and keep it moving? Let me know. All right, moving on to some Canadian news. This is a new segment that I'm going to try to start doing daily, or kind of sprinkle them in throughout the week. But I want to cover some Canadian content and support my Canadian content creators. So one of the guys who I follow online, his name is Bilal Dawson. He's a super dope content creator. He's super funny. And he's like, what I respect about him is that he grinds, man. He puts a lot of work in. I don't know, if he has any sponsors coming in or money or whatever, but for him to be putting in this kind of work, I just want to give them, as much support as we can and give us as much shine, because I know, content creators, it's a tough life out there until you blow up and, get some support. So I'm going to try to do my part to support other content creators. Anyways, Bilal put out a video over the weekend. He decided to live in his car for 72 hours. And not only is he just living in his car, but he's not allowed to step outside of his car. Like his feet cannot go on ground for 72 hours. So if he has to get food, he has to ask somebody to get food for him, pump his gas, etc., and live in his car for 72 hours. It's actually really hilarious. I'll show you a little clip.
I'm going to attempt to live in my car for the next 72 hours. The catch is, I can't leave. Like, I literally cannot touch the ground for 3 whole days. That means I need to eat, work, and yes, all in my car for 3 days and 3 nights. My car of choice is the super expensive, luxurious 2008 Ford Escape. Yes, the car is a little rusted and the muffler is falling off and
the trunk doesn't work.
But you're gonna realize during this video why picking this car was the worst choice of my life. But that comes later. For now, let's start the video.
Go to his YouTube, Bilal Dawson. It is Bilald Dawson at YouTube and on Instagram. Check him out and support him. All right, this brings us to the question of the day. I asked people on my Instagram to help me with question of the day, and somebody gave me this on Saturday, and I thought it was really good. Is it okay for a guy who is in a relationship to compliment another woman when his girl is not around? So let's just narrow this down. We don't mean, I'm assuming, but let's just, for argument's sake, we don't mean a compliment like, oh, thank you for your service. Like if it's a waiter, like we mean like compliment the person, right? Like you have a very nice dress, your hair looks nice, your lipstick is beautiful, you have really nice skin, like complimenting the person, okay? So let's just set the boundaries. Let's just set the goals for this question. And my answer is no, it's not all right, but it can be all right if you set the precedent, at the beginning of the relationship. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. When I get into a relationship, I don't lie and try to pretend to be somebody who I'm not. Especially at the beginning of the dating process, I let the girl know who they're getting involved with, right? I am very open. I'm funny. I try to be very charming. I'm a playful person. Even when I'm on the phone with somebody at Bell, I'm always like, hi, how are you? Like, that's just how I am. That's my character. And I like complimenting people because I like making people feel like they're seen. So I will often tell somebody like, oh my gosh, did you change your hair? I like your new hairstyle. Like, oh my gosh, I really like your glasses. And I don't lie about it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to say that I like it, but that is something that I do. I also do that to men sometimes. I don't do it too much because some men kind of take it awkwardly, but like, even if it's like, it's a friend of mine or somebody who I know or have like a, whatever, like an associate of mine, I'll be like, yo, I like your new hairstyle. Or I'll be like, yo, you losing weight? Sure, you looking good, bro. But it's like, because I do that because I just feel like it's nice to let somebody know that you're being noticed. So when I'm in a relationship or getting into a relationship, I make sure to be who Trent is, even more so that girl could be like, yo, I don't want to be with a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Or she'd be like, yo, I could see that's his personality and that's how Trent is. I see him kind of doing that with some men sometimes. I see him doing that with his mother. I compliment my mother all the time. I tell her how good she looks. I tell her that I think her outfit is nice. I tell her hair. I do it with my sister. I do it with my niece. Like that's just how I am. So, but I understand the question though, is that if you're not that type of person and you're out somewhere and you're out with your boys and then, you see a girl and you're like, yo, by the way, that dress looks really nice on you, then that is obviously wrong. Like, why are you telling that girl that? You know what I'm saying? And if that gets back to your girl, it's going to come across like that you're into the girl and that girl is going to take it. Because women are very smart. Like, women could tell if like why you're giving that compliment. Women have extremely strong intuition. So that's why for me, it could kind of get pulled off because let's say, for example, it's a waitress or somebody who's around. They'll see how I'm working the room and they'll see my personality. And I have a very outward personality. I'm always the life of the party. I'm always the center of attention in the room. I like being that way. So she's probably not going to think I'm hitting on her. She might like the compliment, but I don't think she's going to take it like, yo, Trent's hitting on me. But if you're the type of guy who's not in the room trying to be the center of attention and you just are like, yo, what's up? Like, yo, I really like that dress. Then that goes back to your girl that 100% that's wrong. So I hope that answer makes sense of just like, what I'm trying to say is that when you start a relationship, the beginning dating phase, be who you are going to be for the rest of the relationship so that the person knows who they're getting in bed with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean that in the not literal term, but just like, you know what I mean? When you talk, like when you're saying like who you're getting in bed with, like who am I getting into a relationship with? And I try to be extra who I am so that people know, or so women know the type of guy they're getting into a relationship with. That being said, yo, I've been single for forever. So don't take my advice because I am horrible in relationships. I've been in a couple of long-term relationships, but I'm not a real relationship guy. I'm more of a dating, very open guy. So I don't know. That's just what I do. It's worked for me in the relationships that I've been in, but clearly I'm not married. I don't have kids, and I'm not the relationship expert. But that was the question of the day, and I hope I answered it. All right. Finally, in sports news, it was a really good football Sunday. For me, my Kansas City Chiefs won. I started out Sunday like depressed, like, oh my gosh, they lost to Philadelphia Monday night. It's over for them. And not only just did they lose, it was just like how they lost. Like Philly didn't beat them. They lost the game. So just coming into this weekend, I know they're playing the Raiders, and the Raiders don't have a great record. They're 5-6, but I was just like, they don't have any receivers, man. But Kansas City played a really dope game. Prosecco was running like crazy. Travis Kelce was back. I think he had 80, 90, close to maybe 100 yards with 7 or 8 receptions. So my team is back, and Buffalo lost. So that means that we are back in the first place position. Go Chiefs. I still don't know if they could win Super Bowl. I'm not too sure, man. I don't know if we have all the right cards that we need. But anyway, shout out to my Chiefs. Philadelphia won in a comeback game. They're always down at the half, and they always come back. Philly is in the number 1 position. It looks like, I'm hoping that it's going to be a repeat Super Bowl. I would love to see Kansas City and Philadelphia back. I watched CJ Stroud for the first time with Texas. I think they lost, but it was still a really dope game. The kicker almost made the field goal. But all in all, it was a dope Sunday. They NFL redeemed themselves from a boring ass Thanksgiving Thursday. I missed the game Friday. I don't even remember who played, but whoever, it was a good Sunday football, and I'm excited for my Chiefs. Chiefs Nation, bro. Let's go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Turn Out Loud. Peace! Go to signupexpert.com/Trent. And then once you sign up for all betting apps and get all your bonuses and get all your rewards, go to your app store and download BetStamp and use promo code TOL.